Hi there, my name is Leyla Shune from University of Kansas, working in myeloma and cell therapy. At the recent ASH meeting, we saw data from KarMMa-3, an update. We previously knew that in the KarMMa-3 trial, patients were randomized to either CAR-T or standard of care after receiving 2 to 3 lines of myeloma therapy. And in that study, we saw that CAR-T had the better progression-free survival compared to the standard of care, clearly a huge advantage for patients. At ASH, we saw the overall survival data, which was not different, but then we heard there's a quite significant amount of crossover that may have affected that overall survival data. I think as a myeloma community, we are excited at the prospect of providing CAR-T earlier to our patients after 2 to 3 lines. And the reason is with the current FDA-approved products, patients have been exposed to multiple lines of therapy. They're more older, more frail, and obviously have had T-cell exhaustion. Our hope is to offer CAR-T earlier in the myeloma journey with the hopes that there's less attrition and less loss of patients down the road. So this data is exciting, and we look forward to hearing from the FDA in terms of approval. Another trial that we have seen presented at ASCO was the CARTITUDE-4. Again, cilta-cel after 1 to 3 lines of therapy in patients who are Revlimid refractory. Again, very impressive PFS outcomes, which the CAR-T has not been reached yet, and with a 12-month PFS of upwards of 70%. So again, we hope to hear early next year about FDA decision on this CAR-T product. Data supports earlier usage of CAR-T in myeloma therapy, and patients really benefit in terms of quality of life post-CAR-T and in the things they're able to do. So I think this is will be a game changer for our patients. There's a push to even move CAR-T earlier in the patient's journey. We have trials looking at CAR-T after induction, and in the future we'll compare CAR-T to standard of care autologous transplant, and there are even studies looking at CAR-T in smoldering myeloma. So the spectrum of CAR-T usage will increase over time, and that's exciting for our patients. In regards to what are some concerns about earlier CAR-T application is recently we heard about secondary malignancies after CAR-T. In a patient who is after 4th line of therapy, CAR-T risk-benefit ratio weighs heavily on the CAR-T in terms of efficacy and PFS. But earlier in the patient's journey, there's concern about the risk of secondary malignancy. So we look forward to hearing from studies, analysis from KarMMa-3 and CARTITUDE-4 and CARTITUDE-2, looking to see what that signal is and how can we help mitigate this problem, if indeed it's a real signal, and what's the etiology, and how can we best help our patients. In terms of research, we look forward to more CAR-T targets. We had at ASH about a GCPR5D target, and that's a really exciting development for our patients. And we hope to enroll in this trial and hopefully get it to registry and get it approved by the FDA. So when it comes to CAR-T therapy for myeloma patients, this is an exciting time, a bright future for our patients. So the fallacy of lines of therapy. What is a line of therapy? Patients in the current era, after we heard about Parsu's study at ASH, will receive DARA RVD as a primary standard of care, or the ISKEA trial, DARA KRD. So our patients, as part of the induction, will be exposed to almost all classes of therapy And the key thing about lines of therapy is actually exposure to therapy and refractoriness to therapy. And I think moving CAR-T earlier will abrogate this line of therapy business, because in reality, a person who's been exposed who has had 2 lines of everything is already, triple class exposed, triple class refractory, and this patient is very high risk and should be offered CAR-T, and we should not be waiting for 4 lines. So I think the 4 lines idea does not jive with today's reality for our patients. They need to go sooner based on what they're exposed to, and they need to pick up the next line of therapy based on exposure and refractoriness, and not necessarily the line of therapy.